This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome to Mentor Hours of SAP Australia Payroll. So in this learning journey, I will cover what are the different topics which we'll be covering in Australia Payroll, what are the typical scenarios in specific to Australia Payroll, and from an SAP perspective, what are the different configuration side from process perspective. As I understood from your conversations, like you have a background of a payroll, so it will be very much you will be familiar about your payroll process, basics of Australian payroll. So I will quickly go through this slide. So because you are already having a background of this, then I will quickly show you in the system, like what are the things we'll be covering in the upcoming next 12 to 15 sessions, whatever we'll be covering. Okay, so all the topics I have granularized, and wherever if you feel like it is you already know it, because I have kept this presentation in a way, such a way, people who have a zero knowledge of Australia payroll from a process perspective or from an statutory perspective, they will be having also a very good understanding. So it may happen like there are some topics, especially for today's topic, it will be like you already know a lot of things. Okay, so you can tell me like we can skip that topic, and from a system perspective, I will take you through those things. Okay, is that fine?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So today's payroll process and basics of Australian payroll, and because you have already 15 years of experience of such matter expertise and all this stuff, I will just quickly have a glance in there. Maybe next in 10 minutes, I will take you through 10 15 minutes maximum. Then I will tell you from an SAP point of view, what are the things as you are new to SAP. I will spend more time there in the SAP side. Okay.
Yep.
So from when it comes to the payroll process, I want the session to be more interactive also as every process. Okay, so I expect some of the questions also I will be asking you, which you already might be knowing. Okay, so this is not related to SAP, rather from a payroll perspective, and I would like to understand from you for your understanding or your perspective in that topic, and so that we will proceed together. Okay, and so when it comes to the payroll process, so as an suppose let's say somebody starting his career journey from the day one, from payroll perspective, this set of processes we do. Okay, so like at a high level, if you see the diagram, this is a very generic diagram. So we have some activities for pre-payroll, some of the activities during the run payroll, and some of the activities we do post-payroll. And there are certain activities we do on a periodical basis. It is not only for limited to your SAP payroll or Australia payroll. It is globally accepted as an payroll process, irrespective of whatever countries you're working, irrespective of whatever vendor payroll product you're working, it is independent of that. Do you like agree on that, or do you have anything special you have done anything in your just let me know if you have done which you will be not falling into this poor bucket?
No, I'm aware of it. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. So I will now, I'll be, before I going to deep dive, because they already aware of it. So what are the activities you generally do as a payroll manager or a payroll process manager in a pre-payroll activities? Would you like to say something?
Not really. I mean, the activities which generally people do is maintenance of employees and payroll processing, changing salaries and lot of different areas. Yeah.
Yes. Got it.
And
So
then payroll
basically the
reporting,
master
of course.
data related changes, whatever is happening, there may be new joinees, there may be people left the organization in that particular month. Okay, all those master data changes we do on the payroll activities. Run payroll is very simple, but from an SAP perspective, I will say, or any other vendor if you want, like when I say run payroll, generally we do have a something called a simulation payroll in SAP. Okay, and after that simulation, we just check whether is there any incorrect is there any issues during the simulation run, which will be kind of a health checkup during the before running the actual payroll run. Okay? So that will mean by SAP pay. When I say second bucket, the run payroll, there are two types of payroll run. One is the simulation, and another is the actual payroll run. Okay? So simulation run helps us to do a health checkup of the payroll system, or is there any data issues, or is there any configurations issues. Okay, so that we monitor proactively. Then once there is no error, everything is sorted out, then you can proceed for your actual production payroll run. Okay, so that is what I mean by run payroll activities. Okay, the third one is a post payroll. Okay, so just I want a one liner from you. Like, what do you understand by post payroll, Pranav?
Post payroll, even a lot of reports and you do any maintenance of the system which can be done after the payroll, yeah, or updating leaves and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So that is fine from a process perspective, but from an SAP point of view, so post payroll means basically we do the posting of the finance posting. So whatever you are
Yeah.
got those GL posting and all.
Yeah, the
So that
journals
is
and
actually
all.
yes. So your GL will be attached to some pay components or UX types. Once you run your payroll, your it is done. Then you go proceed for a payroll posting. It will be just update your journals and update your those respective things in the payroll finance side. Okay, so that is the meaning of a post payroll. And whatever you have mentioned, those periodical act, those reporting and all, those will be part of your periodical activities, or any statutory requirement is there. You have to submit some document to your government. Okay, so all those activities will
Yeah.
be part of your periodical activities. So this is at a high level. So I will not be spending much time with this because you are already aware of all this thing. Okay, so I will quickly take you through those. This any presentation I'll be sharing with you. So part of the pre-payroll activities, as you have mentioned, okay, like a master data payroll activities process. There are certain terminology here you will be seeing, which you may not be familiar. Like
Mhm.
say process. The first one is initiate payroll period. Payroll period means if it is a monthly payroll period, your every month it will generate that. If it is a weekly payroll, then
Yeah,
accordingly it will simulate. Okay, all
yeah,
these stuffs are here. Those are the pre-payroll activities. Similarly,
yeah,
the data maintenance, data quality check, all this activity you have to perform during a pre-payroll activities. Okay, and when
yeah,
I
yeah,
say data alert, what is the meaning of a data alert? So system has a capability. So actually, whenever you are using, say, Employee Central Payroll with Australia Payroll, okay, so there is a provision of proactively you will be finding this many alerts if people have not updated their bank details. Okay, although they have
yeah,
joined and so date in the month of August, they are yet to update their bank details. Okay, bank details or any time your statutory requirement, any forms they have not filled up. All those details
yeah,
you can think of from a data alert point of view. So those things we can do. Okay, is a part of a pre-payroll activities. So similarly, so these are the detailed things which we will be seeing in the future. But at present, I'm just sharing this diagram. Okay, like how we'll be managing the master data. Okay, so all these details we will be seeing, as you have mentioned. There will be different employee events. Like there can be transfer, there can be termination, there can be new joining. All this will lead to a different master data changes. Once you receive those data, you have to replicate your data from one system to another system. Suppose you are using, say, there can be now two scenarios. You might be using on-premise HCM payroll. Second option is success factor. Okay. So all these diagrams which I have given, because I have kept
yeah,
future in mind, success factor is the go forward solution. So I have kept all the slides keeping success factor EC payroll point of view. Okay. So for that reason, you'll be seeing certain scenarios. You'll be finding like there is a violet color, purple color remark, and those will be handled in the success factor employee central payroll itself. Okay, so like you will be receiving
Now,
those employee data. Yeah.
yeah, are we, I mean, as far as I mean, aware of it, there's two
Hmm.
payroll systems, yeah? One is
Hmm.
SAP payroll in HCM, yeah?
Yes.
And there is also payroll processing in success factors.
Yeah.
So,
So basically, yeah. Please proceed your complete the question. I'm
yeah, yeah,
hearing
yeah.
you.
So, I mean, the one you're talking about is it the HCM one or is it the success factors one?
Okay. So from a process perspective, it is a success factor plus on-premise. Okay. So the process remains the same. Only some exceptions are there. Like wherever you can see there is a highlighted violet color or purple color, you can see only those are
Yeah,
very specific to employee central success factor as well. Okay. But those employee events like hiring, your termination, transfer, all these things used to happen in your on-premise. Same thing
which
will
is
be happening in the
HCM, yeah?
SAP HCM. Okay, it used to happen. and same thing will be happening in your Employee Central as well. Okay, so there will be no changes
Okay.
in that process perspective. Okay, but I kept in the from your future career point of view, so that I kept generality, which is combining in the first slide at least, combined your SuccessFactors EC payroll as well as your SAP on-premise, keeping in mind. But from a second session onwards, we'll be focusing on the on-premise only. Okay. So that is the roadmap.
Yep.
So this is the way we will be managing the master data for payroll. So you'll be managing those master data, different systems. You will be, if you have integrated with third-party system, then those data also will be importing, exporting, and all in real time. Okay. So all these things will be handled in your managed master data. Similarly, the which one I was focusing, import external data. So if there can be scenario, you might be using Kronos or any third-party time management system. Okay, or you can be using CATS, like cross application time sheet application. It can be your third party time management software, okay, which can be integrated with your SAP HCM payroll, Australia payroll, and those data will be flowing to your SAP system. Okay, those absence data, attendance data, all those time sheet data. Okay, so all those data also can be imported in Excel, and it can be input to your payroll system. Okay, so this is just from a payroll perspective, payroll data quality check and everything. Okay, this alert will be not be finding in the on-premise. This alert, assigning a payroll alert, you will be finding only in the Employee Central payroll. Okay, so there are certain things you will be finding, not finding every means in the, but there is a payroll control center which if you are using in the with on-premise, then you will be able to achieve it. Okay, so those things we'll be discussing as we proceed. Okay. So similarly, there are some alert situations. Similarly, when I was saying the run payroll, it can be again a two category. Okay, so what can be your regular payroll run, or it can be your off-cycle payroll. So what do you have heard about it? What is an off-cycle payroll?
Yeah, off cycle means it's pretty much it's not the scheduled one. It's like
Exactly.
one of payroll or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, if you are having some reimbursement, okay, some kind of alarm, some those reimbursement, travel reimbursement, or any kind of reimbursement, and it doesn't depend upon your regular payroll monthly cycle. Let's say if you are paying every week or after the payment within 3 to 5 days, if you are depending upon your company policies, then those will be
Yeah.
part of an off-cycle payroll run.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are the different run payroll activities. So these details I'm not going nitty-gritties of it. Anyway, we'll be seeing all these details whenever I'll be discussing. Okay. So what
Are
anyway
you
will
are
be
you
helpful
going
for
to
you.
yeah, are you going to share these slides to me?
Yes, it's once we confirm, then we have to actually after 3 to 4 sessions, I combine and I will send these slides with people. Okay. So I will be sharing anyway. All these decks will be shared with you. No problem. So any questions still regarding the process as I will proceeding for the next slide?
No, I mean with the pros. No, like how much detail, like how long do we spend time, and how long do I have access to the SAP payroll system, like in remotely while I'm doing this course with you guys?
Okay. So generally we provide this system access will be getting 1 month to 3 months, depending upon how much you will be able to, how much time you will be able to complete. That I need to talk to team, how much time you require and all. So
Yeah.
accordingly we will plan it. But the session will be somewhere in between 15 to 20 hours covering sessions. Okay, so we'll be covering all the topics, including. So it sometimes it happens. Suppose somebody is already aware of SAP, they're already aware of other country payroll. Say they somebody is having knowledge of SAP Indian payroll or SAP UK payroll or USA payroll. Then switching to SAP Australia payroll is very easy for them. Okay, so like they,
And
because they have
then
a basic core knowledge.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then do you
because they do
do
have knowledge.
any?
Yeah.
So sorry.
Any question?
Yeah, then you do any assessment on this thing or?
Assessment actually depends. Suppose if you want, I can do it for you. But many
Yeah.
times I have seen people who are working in corporate and so they do not have enough time to go through those assessments. If you're interested, then I have already ready. I share with you. I'll be sharing with you every 2 to 3 sessions. I'll be having a short quizzes and all. I'll be sharing that with you, and you at your own time you can submit that to me. Okay, and also I prepare means your CV preparation or resume preparation and your during after completion of the course there is a mock interview also we can plan if you require all those stuff. Okay,
Okay.
I can prepare for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions do you have, Pranam,
No.
before we proceed?
No. Yeah. No. Keep going.
Okay. So next slides are very basic. It's a very easy thing for you because these are the people, some basic background of people who are. I'll just quickly go through. These are very basic who are very new to
No. Yeah.
Australia.
I don't
Very
need to know all this. Yeah.
uh, so you do not require these things. I understand. You must be aware
Yeah.
of NES, National Employment
Yeah.
Standard,
Yeah.
Income
I
Tax,
do. I do.
Social Security. So
So
all these
mainly,
things
I
I'm not
want.
covering for you.
Yeah. So mainly, I wanted to know about the
I'm just
software and what are the steps we are going to go through,
yeah,
and
sure.
pretty much how much time we are going to spend, and
Huh.
then would I have enough time to work, or I mean, enough time to actually use the software or practice on it in your
Okay.
sandbox?
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. It will be
I
taken
mean,
care. No problem.
that's the main thing I want to achieve from this session
Huh.
today. I think the basic
Sure.
stuff
Sure.
discovered already, but this legislation side,
Correct.
I mean, I get updated every few months.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of changes comes up and how you'll be handling in the SAP. Okay. So
Yeah,
things
yeah,
I will be guiding you, no problem. So I will be guiding, take you through. Okay. So these details, whatever if you feel something is missing, and you just let me know. Anyway, the slides I'll be sharing with you. I have tried to my best to cover everything, like from a payroll process perspective. Okay. So these are the details. Also, I will be able to. I'll be sharing one ebook with you immediately. Okay. Once you confirm. So this ebook will be helping because they do not have a knowledge of your on-premise OMPA model. Do you have a knowledge of OMPA?
no,
Because those are the prerequisite to understand some of the topics in the SAP HCM payroll. OM means basically the org management. MPA means actually personal administration. In the SAP HCM world, we call them actually OMPA module. A little bit of time management modules also. Basically, what is an info type and what is those basic, very basic things you will be understanding from this ebook I will be sharing with you. And very specific topic I will point out. It will not take much time, not more than 2 to 3 days. Just you have, before we go for payroll, I will recommend to go through some of the topics which you have to, like hiring an employee, all those basic stuff. Okay, then only you will be
yeah,
able to maintain those data. Okay, one lesson. So those basics you have to understand. It's very easy. Once you go through the system, then you will be able to do it easily. Okay, so those details are topics. So in this book, you do not have to refer every topic. Like the chapter one is all about end user transaction. What are the different T code? We call it T code. Okay, in SAP, T code means transaction code. Okay, that you have to cover. Then there are certain topics like chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. These three are very small topics again, but you have to understand the core topic. Okay, so those details you'll be finding very easily. Okay, so this ebook I'll be sharing with you. Okay, now then
yep,
let me go to the system and I will show you the basic understanding of the how. Okay, so before let me stop recording for a while and I will.
yep,
This conference will now be recorded.
So as soon as you log into your SAP system using your credentials, you will be landed into a screens like this, which says in the top SAP EG Access. So in
mhm,
SAP EG Access, so you will be seeing a lot of stuff in the right hand, left hand side, which is your SAP menu. Okay. So in SAP menu, there is a folder called Human Resources.
yeah,
Under human resources, there are multiple modules. So as we are focusing on the payroll side, we'll be just expanding the payroll side only. And these are all end user transactions, not your configurations. Okay.
yeah,
So these are all end user transactions. And if you go to the end user transactions and you have to go through the say, I will be going to say, yeah, Asia Pacific under, so if you see proceed further and further, you will be seeing all the details of the, so Australia payroll comes under Asia Pacific. Okay, so under Australia again you will be having many folders here, payroll, off cycle, subsequent activities, all these details. Okay, so we will be proceeding one by one, but today's session I'm just trying to show you what are the different, how a typical transaction looks like. Okay? So these are the
yeah,
different transaction codes specific to your Australian payroll. Okay, suppose
yeah,
I am going, so you can see there are different number. Okay, suppose I'm saying a simulation, there is a transaction code. PC00M13 KLC CMU. So this 13 is nothing but this 13 is actually your we call it a country grouping. Okay, so different countries have their own country grouping. Like for Canada, we have 07. Okay, for India, we have 40. For Germany, we have 01. So only this number will change whenever, because the driver programs almost similar. But only thing is this number will be changing. Suppose once I go to a particular transaction, say simulation transaction, and if you try to run, this is how a typical payroll, we call it a payroll driver program. Okay, and this program is used to run your payroll. Okay? So this is your day-to-day or monthly basis or weekly basis, depending upon your payroll cycle. You will be using this payroll driver program to run the payroll. Okay? So what are all those details? Selection, this in the selection stream, those nitty-gritties we will be understanding. We'll try to understand in the upcoming sessions. But at a high level, this is your payroll driver program, which you will be running for running the payroll for Australia. So this is your payroll driver program. And having said that, so there are similarly other programs as well. I will not be going now at present, but you can see all those if you expand. Okay, so we can figure it out. What are those early details? There are some more than 50, 100, 50 to 100 transactions. Okay, for each and every countries. Okay, so also we can create your own transaction. Suppose you have need some custom reports. Okay, you can create your own transaction. Also, we can include in your menu. Okay? So these are different screens. Okay, and now I'll be showing you something new again. This is related to payroll front end, like as an end user or as an administrator, you can see all these things. Then there is a transaction called PA30.
PA30.
So PA30 transaction is used for all of your master data maintenance. And this is a transaction from, you can see this transaction it is a part of a PA module, personal administration module, and where exactly your employee details are maintained here. Suppose I'm just putting, say, randomly checking one employee. Okay, so this employee may belong to other country, but very similar. Okay, so you will be seeing all those information in a particular, for that particular employee. Okay, just loading.
Sorry?
No, I'm saying that how it is loading, just a minute. So you can see all the employee details here. Okay, but this is the personal area. What is the personal area? What is the personal sub area? Employee group, employee subgroup. Okay, so that you can identify from that book. But anyway, I will be explaining you as you do not have a background on that. So I'll be taking you just to one particular info type. Info types are nothing but your group of similar information bundled together. Okay, so like suppose if you're talking about address details, education details, your say your particular pay data details, okay, compensation details. So all those are combined together, and we call it as a info type. So this is one of the info types, which is the info type 1. Okay, info type 1 is for an org assignment. Okay, so for this employee, say Michael Miller, who belongs to UK, and we have a different actually in this system. You can see there are different structures. One is called enterprise structure, personal structure, and org structure or organizational plan. It's very self-explanatory. You can, if you read and see the system and easily identify what are the meaning of this. So in the enterprise structure, it talks about where the employee is located and where from in the organization structure where he belongs to, in which code means the company code, and the personal area means where exactly he is working. He's working in a corporate office in UK. Okay. Similarly, the personal sub area is again in which location he is working, whether he is working in a headquarter or any other department or any particular location he is working, that will be mentioned. Similarly, here we have not maintained the cost center details, cost center, business area, and all these things can be maintained. So this belongs to enterprise structure. Similarly, we have something called personal structure. Personal structure means whether he's a salaried employee or he's a contractual employee, that will be part of it, employee subgroups. Okay. Similarly, employee group will be talking about whether it's an active employee or ex-employee, all those details we will find out. Payroll area means a set of employees for whom you run the payroll at one time. Okay. Suppose it's a monthly payroll or it's a weekly payroll. Okay. You all combine those people in a particular bucket, and that we call it the payroll area. So here in this scenario, we're finding payroll area G1. That means for the specific set of people, this is a monthly payroll, and you are running all those people's payroll in a particular cycle. Okay, so people who belong to say different cycles. Suppose you have two types of employee. One set of employees who are getting weekly payroll, another set of employees who are having a monthly payroll. Then you should have to the payroll area, because the frequency is different, right? So
Yep,
obviously
yep.
you have to have a door to payroll area. So that is understanding of a payroll area. Okay. So this is how a personal structure we have. And org plan talks about your position, org unit, all these details. Like whenever you're hiring an employee in your organization, you must have some kind of position, and you must have some job description attached to it. Okay, so those position details, job details, okay, all those details will be maintained here in this org unit. Means basically your department. Okay, so here this person belongs to a Western finance and administrative department. Okay, all the details will be finding on the org plan. And the percentage means generally if the person is 100% utilized, okay, in the say he is into one job in your organization, then you have to maintain this 100. Okay, and the last section is administrator. This side basically from a reporting point of view or from a security point of view, who is that person's time administrator, who is handling his payroll administration, those details we can maintain, who is his supervisor. Okay, so all those details are maintained. So this is one of the info types, which is a org assignment. Okay, similarly you can explore other info types. As we will be giving the system to you, you can explore other info types. Like your info type, I will be telling you what are those payroll related info types. Info type 8 is irrespective of any other payroll, okay, like Australia payroll or UK payroll. Okay, so info type is 8 is all about your basic pay. This is where exactly you maintain your pay detail. This is again a key master data in your payroll. So you can mention here, you can see there are different categories like a reason, pay scale type, pay scale area, pay scale group, pay scale level. All those details will be going through in the upcoming sessions. But this is one of the
Yep.
key info types where exactly you maintain the master data. Okay. So this is from
Yep.
again from an end user point of view. Okay. Now I will quickly show you from a consultant, as a consultant point of view, what are the things you'll be configuring. Okay. Just I'll
Yeah.
be giving a glance on that. Then we will wind up today's session. Just let me go to the transaction. SPRO. SPRO is the key
NSPR.
transaction. SPRO is the key transaction not only for payroll, for any kind of HR, SAP HCM configuration you are doing, whether it can be a payroll or it can be time management, or it can be an OMPA or a learning, any module you pick it up in the SAP HCM or any other modules as well. That we do it from the SPRO. SPRO has a deep meaning as well. It is not like SAP has randomly created this transaction. S stands for SAP. Okay, so PRO stands for Project Reference Object. I'm repeating again. SPRO means SAP Project Reference Object. So why it is mentioned, why is SPRO? Because all the reference objects are maintained in this particular configurations. It's like a hierarchy you will be seeing. So if I click SAP reference IMG, so you can see there is a lot of configurations nodes here. Okay, but we will not be dealing with everything here. Only whatever is matters to us, what does matter to us for some SAP Australia payroll point of view. Only we will be focusing on that. Okay, there are a
Yeah.
number of
Yeah.
configurations nodes available from different modules. There are some 100 plus modules in SAP. Okay,
Yep.
so we will not be going through all the details. Only which is focusing on the payroll. Again, from a payroll also, there are more than 100 countries again. So we will not be
Is it
focusing on
the
everything. Yeah.
is it the
So tell me.
latest? This is the latest SAP software, or
Yes, yes. Latest GUI, whatever
what
I'm showing you
version
is
is
very
this one?
latest one. Yeah, latest one. Yes, we are using the latest one only.
What's the version
Mhm.
is this?
It is EHP 8. I'm using EHP 8 enhancement pack 8. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So here you'll be seeing under payroll also there are many countries. Okay, like starting from it is alphabetically ordered. You can see like Argentina, Australia. So all
Yeah.
these things are there. Okay, so we will be focusing during our configuration sessions only this payroll Australia. So whatever the nodes you'll be seeing under this, okay, so there can be certain nodes which are technical in
Yeah.
nature, and certain nodes which I'll be explaining, and certain nodes also, certain nodes we do not require in generally. If you are having some complicated systems, there are complicated scenarios, then only you'll be using. But it's not mandatory to use whatever SAP has given. They have kept in mind all the industry, right? Like public sector, your government, manufacturing, all they are scattered to more than 25 industry across the globe. Okay,
Yep.
so for
Yep.
that reason, a lot of options are there, but it is not necessary to configure everything. Okay, so only thing is
Yep.
depending upon your requirement, you have to whatever is required, you have to configure it. Okay. So another
Okay.
thing I would like to call out the sequence. So if you see the payroll Australia, the first thing is coming is the transfer legacy data. So you might be not understanding something here. So it can happen these are not sequential configurations. So we will not be following the same sequence which SAP has given,
Yep.
because these are from a payroll product point of view, they have given it. But from an SAP consultant point of view or SAP implementation consultant point of view, we will be following our sequence. Okay, so I will be following a different sequence altogether, and I'll be guiding you through what are the things you have to follow. Okay, so those details will be seen in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so like for starting with the basic settings, what is that? Also before that, I'll be having one session or two sessions it may take to understand the terminologies. There are many terminologies in configuration side. You might be knowing those things in a different, same thing in a different terminology, same thing, but how in the SAP world, what are the different terminology we use it. Okay, so that understanding is very important before we proceed for the actual configuration sessions. Okay, so for that reason, I'll be taking one sessions maybe in the next session. Okay, so once you confirm, okay, so that we will be taking through basic terminology, understanding and all. Okay, so info types I'll be taking one session as we have not gone through deep dive. So all this only one info type I today explained, that is your info type 1 org assignment and all these details. But remaining info types also very important to understand. So in the day 2 session, what I will do, so I will be taking you through all those details, nitty-gritties of your other info types. And at the same time, I'll be providing that ebook so that at least we have some pre-read before we come to the next session. Okay. So I will we will plan accordingly. As and when record, if suppose I'm going a little fast, just let me know, and I will accordingly reduce my speed. Okay. So otherwise, it will be very difficult to understand. Okay. Okay. So anyway, next session we'll just covering all the understanding of basic info types specific to. There are certain info types which are mandatory for any country payroll, and there are certain info types specific to Australia. Okay, so these Australia specific info types, there are approximately 7 major info types. Okay, so all these info types I will be taking you through, and I'll be giving you a task. Like once you get your system, you try to hire an employee and you maintain as many as data possible for that employee. Okay, in that way we will. Okay, so that's the agenda. Any other questions or expectation do you have, Pranam? So before we wind up.
No. Just let me know what are the key points we will be discussing in this training session, and how many hours, and how long do I have system access for, and finally how much is it cost, and how is there is it the payment is just fully upfront, or is it just part payments, or those are the things I just want to know.